Alright, so today we're going to be looking into a little bit of a big controversy. Not really big controversy, but we're going to look into a controversy on a big YouTuber. Of course we are! It's a King Jiffy Coach channel. We be absolutely putting our goon maxing on full display, dude. Diaper maxing like with the best of them. We are absolute monsters over here in the streets. But today we're going to be looking at old Caleb Hammer. Caleb Hammer has a channel called Financial Audit, and Financial Audit is basically Jerry Springer, the financial show. It's like, let's dig into your finances and make fun of you. Some people think he's annoying, some people think he's funny. I'm kind of in the funny part. I think the show's like incredibly entertaining. And if you've never watched this show, this is like a quick breakdown of what happens. He gets some people with terrible finances to come on the show. He then goes through their finances, asks them what's going on. They make excuses. He calls them on their BS and rinse and repeat. But you get some really funny moments because people are kind of, they suck. People suck. So you get these great rage out moments.
You have pretty eyes.
Thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome.
Your eyes are far apart.
I feel like I'm pretty responsible.
You have pretty eyes. You look like Sid the Sloth.
In what world? I feel like you never matured past 14. I don't like making payments on this. That's what a child says.
I still make them, though.
I legitimately would like to know, just for my own information, not to be rude, but out of legitimacy. Did you graduate high school?
I did.
Okay.
I am a tattoo artist.
Things are currently making sense. You didn't tattoo the pedo stash on you, did you?
No, that's natural.
That one's all natural. Okay.
That's all me.
Okay. What's your truck?
I think we get the point, dude. I think we get the point, bro. Just low-key roast people that come on, and that's what makes this show different. That's what makes it entertaining. It's not Gen Z, Dave Ramsey. It's not Graham Stephan. Graham Stephan looks like a weird, he looks like a 12-year-old who never grew up. And now he's like 35 and obviously successful, way more successful in life than I am. But he still looks like a child that is like wearing a Rolex, trying to not look like a child anymore. He's like, Peter Pan, why did you fuck me so hard? Anyways, one of Caleb's ex-employees came out and like calls the dude out. Absolutely didn't want to go scorched earth on him. And I'm not gonna lie, I've watched a bit of this in my free time. That's why we're starting 27 minutes in, because this is garbage. This is garbage. It's all bad. It's so terrible. He just kind of complains. He's like, oh, dude, when my episode with Graham Stephan, I wasn't quite ready for it. I wasn't quite ready for it yet, guys. I was nervous. I just said yes because I was bushy-tailed and gay-eyed, and I just wasn't ready for it, guys. It's like, dude, you fucking said okay. You hit full send. You're an employee on a show that goes through people's finances. You obviously had watched the show. The funny thing about his show, or his episode, is the fact that the dude literally gets the job. And in that segment, he talks about he could be the next. I think this guy always wanted Caleb to transition into a different direction. He was like, okay, get rid of the toxic stuff. It's working for now, but eventually I want you to be Gen Z Dave Ramsey, when that's not his fucking channel. It's never going to be his channel. But anyways, he's out here trying to cancel Caleb Hammer. This video is the biggest thing he's ever made in his entire career on YouTube. This is going gangbusters for the guy. And let's get into it.
I really thought that what we were trying to do was build a modern version of the Dave Ramsey show.
No one ever thought that when they watched one of Caleb Hammer's videos. I'm sorry, you fucking goon bag. You like weird fuzzy goon bag millennial douche fuck. Nobody ever thought that when they watched Caleb Hammer's Financial Audit. They thought Jerry Springer finance show. No show like gets Boogie 2988 on when he's about to have a documentary drop about, or after he has a documentary drop about like sleeping with like $200,000 worth of prostitutes, and thinks, you know, this might be the Gen Z Gordon Ramsay. This might just be the Gen Z Gordon Ramsay, you guys. I'm totally signing up for this. I used to listen to the Financial Audit show like really fucking seriously, right? I used to be like into Financial Audit, and then I got to his episode. This dude was so fucking insufferable, and I watched a little bit after that, but it's one of those shows that you'll watch for a while, you'll cut out of, and you'll come back to. Again, just like Jerry Springer. I mean, there's a reason why Caleb Hammer is so consistently like called the finance Jerry Springer. He is not your fucking Dave Ramsey show. But this guy went in with false intentions to like turn it into something fucking wholesome when that's not the channel, bro. That's not what you fucking, that's not the job you got, homie.
Say what you will about Dave Ramsey. I disagree with a fair amount of what Dave Ramsey says, but at the end of the day, I look at Dave Ramsey as the pinnacle of this industry. Dave Ramsey has done
The pinnacle of the industry. Here's what everybody should be. Don't try to be authentic. Just rip off Dave Ramsey. If you try to be something different, you might just fucking succeed on the platform instead of being a shitty fucking knockoff.
this for like what 50 years.
Caleb Hammer is makes financial audit. I have somebody in chat ask you. He has a show where he basically roasts people for their terrible fucking spending and makes fun of them the whole time.
Are close to it. He is the king of this space. People trust him. His foundation is an ethical bedrock. He points to the Bible. The borrower is slave.
Oh god, dude. Dave Ramsey's a good guy because he reads the Bible. He reads the Bible, which is sure, dude. Dave Ramsey is probably fucking cool, but like, come on, dude. You didn't fucking sign up for that show. This is my problem when I saw this video and I saw this fucking guy. So if you don't know, dude, this dude actually got his job because he sent in an application. He was like, hey guys, would you please hire me? I'm a fucking loser, but please hire me. I had a production company at one time. And they overlooked his application because it probably said I suck dick behind the fucking Arby's. And they didn't want that at their company. Maybe Caleb does. I heard some, like, I remember a drama in the past where he wanted to suck dick behind an Arby's or something. I don't know what's going on with that. It could be all bullshit. Anyways, this guy probably didn't get the job, made a video why, well, Caleb Hammer left him on red or was ignoring him or whatever. Good video. Not a terrible video, to be honest. And he got the job because of that video. And now the dude fucking glazed his way to the top only to complain about what the top was.
To the lender, spend less than you make. Those two things, those two values that Dave Ramsey has, makes it so that every single episode of Dave Ramsey's show is at least somewhat valuable. His value system is based in the Bible, and therefore you can trust him. And people do. Like, you look at his empire.
They do. Jesus Christ, dude.
He has what I think his facility is worth like $400 million, and it's paid for in cash. I looked up to Dave for a very long time.
What was the coffee cut, dude? Well, in the middle of your exposed video, you're like, wait, I gotta get my coffee cuts, dude. Just zoom in while I fucking sippy whippy, dude. I don't like this guy. By the way, this guy reminds me of there was a big Mr. Beast drama that happened like a few years ago, like a year ago or something. And the whole time there was this fucking weirdo. There was this guy named Jake Weddle, and that dude was just a twitchy fucking failed comedian that just kept showing up, and he's like, my content's been a failure forever, but I did Mr. Beast, and then he screwed me. But really, he didn't screw him. He paid him for the time that he was there. It's just he was whining because he thought he deserved more. It was so fucking cringe, and his whole video was just an appeal to fucking Hassan. Like, that's worked out for anybody ever. And this guy reminds me of him. He reminds me of like that twitchy, whiny employee. Him and Jake Weddle need to make a podcast where nobody fucking watches it, and they just like clown on these fucking retards. It's just like we sucked off big YouTubers, and they weren't nice enough to us.
Time, and I was excited to work with Millennial Dave. Here's when I start to become disillusioned, okay? I'm thinking about like big waves I can make, right? Because I've just gotten there, right? And I want to prove my value, prove my worth, right? So I'm thinking about big waves that I can make as I come into this company. I look at the top most viewed episodes of all time, and there's a few that stick out to me. And I'm thinking to myself, if we could just get these people back on the show, the audience is familiar with who these people are, and these episodes are going to do gangbuster views if we can just get these people back on the show. So the first one, essentially, we learned through another guest of the show that this person that was a former guest, one of the most viewed guests of all times, she's teaching a class in Austin, and that class is open for anybody to attend. And I say jokingly to the office, and it's half a joke, half not a joke, but I'm like, oh my god, I should go.
This was probably not even a joke at all, dude. Probably not even a joke at all. The dude was like, what if this would be great. I had this great plan to bring on old fucking people onto the show. Old fucking episode, like, focal points, and we're gonna bring them back. And then I saw somebody was doing this thing in Austin, said, there's my opportunity. There was no joking. You 100% thought this was a decent idea. Said you were gonna, said, hey, what if I like approach her? And then you decided to approach her, and now you're acting like it was just a bit, guys. It was just a bit, dude. I promise I wasn't rubbing my nipples in the office thinking about how great this would look to my boss.
Try to see if I can recruit this guest to come back on the show by going to her class. And I said it without like fully wanting to do it, right? Because like saying that and doing that are two very different things. But when I said that, like Caleb really loved that idea. In my opinion, Caleb grabbed onto that idea and he really, really wanted me to do this.
No shit, dude. It's a great idea. Of course it's a good idea. You present your boss with a good idea, right? Well, here's an example. When I was, this isn't like a boss thing. Then when I was in college, I had this teacher that would argue with everything you said. You didn't matter what your topic was, she was going to nitpick the entire shit out of it. And I had the idea, because we had to write a paper or an argument paper that had something to do with Nevada. And it was a stretch. I knew it was going to start an argument. I wanted to argue with her, and I like look at her and I say, I want to do why OJ Simpson is innocent. Now, of course I don't fucking believe OJ Simpson was innocent. That dude fucking yacked the fuck out of his wife. No shot he was fucking innocent. There was no way in the world, but I thought it'd be funny to argue with her, just making up shit on the fly about why OJ Simpson was innocent. This bitch bought onto that idea. She bought in so fucking hard, dude. She wanted me to write the biggest, best OJ Simpson paper of all time. She wanted me to fucking write the prison. And she presents me, well, you should write the prison. I said, hard fucking no, buddy. I said, no way am I writing OJ Simpson in prison. One, I don't think he's gonna, like, reply to it. Hey, did you fucking off-ski McClockski your fucking wife, my dude? Hey, I know you're sitting in jail right now, like, jerking it to fucking, I don't know what they jerk it to, other men in jail. He's jerking it to other men in jail, and he just gets a letter from some dude who's like 19 in college. Hey, did you decapitate your wife? I'm gonna need a yes or no on that, compadre. Like, the question everybody wants to know the answer to, like, he's gonna fucking write me back. On two, even if he does write me back, I knew it was gonna be, I wasn't gonna give the letter back in time to fucking use for the essay. But she was so gung-ho about it, she kept pushing this, write the letter idea. I never did it because I stood my fucking ground. I was serious about writing the paper. I thought it'd be a funny concept. I was joking going in. I said, hey, dude, looks like this is these be the breaks. Them be the breaks, my brother. My brother, these are the breaks, and this is what I gotta do. So that's what I fucking did, right? I just wrote the paper. I wasn't gonna write OJ. That sounded like a stupid fucking idea. What you could have done in this situation is says, I would love to get her on the show. She is going to be here in Austin doing financial seminars. I could like stop in, say, hey, would you like to grab a coffee and maybe discuss some things about business, or discuss some stuff about like maybe approaching doing the Caleb Hammer show again. I would love to meet up at a later date. Easily could have done that, bro. Easily could have like gone or like reached out to her fucking publicist or her like who fucks me next in the ass assist or whatever.
Opinion. And so
what up, Nate One Games? Welcome back to chat.
I'm like, kind of on the fence about it. I'm like, and I'm excited, right? And I want to prove that like I'm a go-getter. So I'm like, okay, like whatever, like, but I'm as it's becoming more and more real, I'm like, fuck, like this is kind of crazy, right? I'm very nervous. We were gonna film this for Caleb's vlog so that this could go in the vlog, and that never ended up making it into the vlog because I never sent in the footage because
you're a pussy, dude. You should have sent in the footage. It would have been funny.
Because the situation disturbed me to my core.
Oh,
I end up going.
Oh no! It disturbed me to my core, dude. This is why you shouldn't have said. You said, "Hey, I don't want to do the vlog thing. I want to approach this from a different angle. I want to actually get her on the show. I don't think the vlog would be the best idea. I think I should ask her, hey, I want you on the show. I'll like maybe drop a card, drop an email, reach out to her manager, say you're in Austin, we're in Austin. Let's do this shit together. You obviously got your finances in a better situation."
To this class after Caleb strongly encourages me to do it. I go to this class and I sit through the whole thing. Now at this time too, like I had no friends. I had no friends at all. And so I go to this class that is very
big sad. Brother has no friends.
Much about like spirituality. And so I go to it with a lot of reservations, right? And I'm in Caleb's mindset of like I'm going to film this vlog for this thing. I'm sorry, I've never really spoken about this publicly before, so this story is very difficult for me to tell because like
What is he gonna fucking cry about not being able to get somebody on a show? Well, what's your deal here? Fucking what is this? What is this loser's name? Noah Chrysler. Hey, fucking Noah Ford, Noah fucking Chevrolet, Noah fucking not Ferrari. He doesn't have the get up and go for that shit. Noah fucking Jalopy Pinto 5000, bro. What was your plan here? What do you? Oh, it shook me to my fucking core, dude. You were asking somebody to be on a show. It's not that big of a deal, dog. You didn't have to sit in her fucking seminar.
I feel terrible about this still. Anyway, we make it to the end of the class, right? I don't reveal at the beginning of the class that I'm working for Caleb or whatever, but what I didn't expect was to really, really, truly enjoy this class, right? It felt so wonderful to be surrounded by people who didn't have to like put on this like persona. It really genuinely felt like everybody was going to take their masks off and have...
Well, what the fuck did you expect working for YouTubers, bro? We're entertainment shows. We're fucking entertainers. Obviously, we're not here to be like, oh, we're going to teach you about finances. This is like, we got to add entertainment value to this shit. There is nothing about this that makes any sense. This dude's the fucking loser.
Like a vulnerable moment together. That was what the whole point of this class was to create a safe space where you could talk about weird stuff. I was invited into this like cocoon of vulnerable people sharing their real selves, and I shared my real self with those people. At the end of the class, and I revealed to her...
Sounds mad gay, by the way. we touched each other's buttholes, and we sang Kumbaya, my lord, and it was just such a better vibe than the show I was working on, which is Jerry Springer Financial Show.
That I work for Caleb Hammer, and I watch this woman's face. I get this weird set of sentences out of my mouth where I'm like, hey, you know, I'm here on behalf. I work for Caleb Hammer. We're trying to get you back onto the show. I can offer you more money. You know, please come back on the show. Will you consider it? Here's my email. I know this is weird. I give her my pitch, right? And the look on this woman's face was something that I will never forget. The look on this woman's face was one of intrusion. Right? Intrusion, betrayal. And she was
no shit. You went to her fucking seminar. You sat there through the whole thing, and then you cornered her like a fucking creep. You were sitting there in the corner just gooning while everybody's talking about feelings, how their feelings affect their fucking financial like makeup of the end of the month, and you're just sitting there slow jerking it, and then you walk up like, hey, I work for Caleb Hammer. Would you like to maybe come back on the show? I can give you more money. Would you like to sit down, you stupid whore? You want to be a good whore for money? Like, what the fuck did you expect, bro? You cornered her. Like, there's a better way to do this. Like, anybody who is smart would have, like, dropped an email or something to her, said, hey, would it be okay if I stop by? Or, hey, I'm going to be in the area. I would like to check out your class and maybe talk to you afterwards. Even if she doesn't read the email, you could, like, approach it with the fact that it says, hey, I sent you an email. Kind of wanted to talk to you today. Would it be okay if we had that conversation now? And she's like, oh, I didn't read the email. And he said, I'm with Caleb Hammer. I know that your episode was a little rough. I don't know if you really want to. You could have done this a much better way. A much, much better way.
Was afraid of me. That's the thing that I think really fucked with me. We went from being super tight to immediate fear. She immediately was terrified of me. And I didn't understand how that was possible. Because I was living in this illusion. I was living this illusion that like everyone loved this show. The show was built to help people with their finances, right? But yet I was speaking to one of the victims of this show.
The victims, bro. They sign off to be on this fucking show, my dude. They fucking write it off to be on a show where they know the guy's gonna make fun of them for their shit financial choices. And they're a victim? Like what? You didn't watch the episodes before you entered the show? You wanted to just be on here to spread your bullshit? Or because there's so many of these where you just watch it and you know that they're trying to push their OnlyFans, or they're trying to push their fucking their YouTube channel, they're this, they're that. So they're there to push themselves and market themselves. They know it's a big they see big platform, and they don't actually watch the episodes to see, yeah, maybe I shouldn't go on this because it's gonna make me look like an asshole. You could it's like going on Jerry Springer and being like, what the fuck, dude, I didn't know you were gonna make me look like an unhinged lunatic. No shot, dude. Of course it's gonna make you look like an unhinged lunatic because it's Jerry fucking Springer.
And that person had a very, very, very different view of the thing that I had just moved across the country for and stuck my reputation on the line for. In my outline here, it says I wasn't
Wait a second. Reputation on the line for. What do you mean? So this guy had like a failed marketing company. He had a failed marketing company, right? And let's just check out his channel real quick, dude. We're just gonna look at his little chili channel, right? Running a marathon with no training 5 years ago, 2,000 views. That's pretty good. He got a video with 2,000 views. That's pretty. Oh wow, maybe he's got a lot of views on his channel. Maybe I'm being a dick. Yeah. Oh shit, dude, 99,000 views. Oh, his reputation, his YouTube career might have been over just for working with Caleb Hammer. 99,000 views. That's fucking crazy, my dog. Oh, let's look at his biggest videos. Oh, most popular, right? Holy shit, dude. Whoa, I got the job. It wasn't what I thought. Holy shit, dude. These are huge. Look at this guy, dude. Just killing it out here. Oh my god, 90,000 views, 2,000 subscribers. How long has he been doing it? Whole 10 years on YouTube. Wow, that seems pretty. That's fucking awful. That's garbage. That's trash, dude. That's like here's the thing. I've been doing YouTube for like 2.5 years, right? 2.5 years, if that. I think I've been seriously doing YouTube like a year and a half at most, right? Where I actually said I'm gonna grow and I'm sick of fucking piddly fucking around. I have 431,000 views. And it says joined. I joined the channel in 2022, but I didn't. My first video was on in 2022. Wasn't even close to that. It was oldest 2 years ago. 2 years ago was my first video. Dog shit views, by the way. Dog shit views. But that one didn't do bad. But you look at my most popular, right? And his obviously is a little more popular than me, but I like have way more videos in this fucking 2K like area. This dude has been doing this shit for 10 fucking years and he's worried about it hurting his reputation. Motherfucker, you don't have a reputation. My dude, my brother in fucking old Jesus Cristo, you ain't got a fucking reputation, my brother. You have nothing. This is gonna make you fucking unhirable, you fucking goonbag.
I was hunting. Another thing that bothered me was that I wasn't aware if the audience understood what the fuck I was actually doing. I wasn't sure if they understood how like predatory what my role ultimately was, right? Find someone who's going to make for good entertainment on this show. I wasn't aware.
Dude, that's your fucking job. What the fuck are you talking? Find somebody that will make good entertainment. Like, that's predatory? You fucking watch the episodes. You went through an episode yourself. You fucking do an episode. You've watched the show coming up. You made it in your head. You made this fantasy where you're working for fucking Gen Z Dave Ramsey, and you never actually looked at what you're actually doing. Like, what the fuck, dude? This is like working at like a concrete company and be like, I didn't realize concrete spreading was gonna be so hard. This is really predatory. What the fuck are you talking about?
Of that. And then I would like look in the vlog comments, because at this time we were making a vlog and there was a lot of drama around the vlog. I didn't like the way Caleb would edit me in the vlog, right? And I would tell him that, and ultimately the vlog ended because I got so upset with like, it's like, Caleb, like you're painting me out to be like, there was one specifically that stands out to me, and that is the conversation around Gia. The thing that bothered me with the vlog was that there was internal pressure put on to me that was implicit, but Caleb would, use the vlog. There's one moment in the vlog where I'm arguing about we need to film with Gia because Gia had just like, driven across the country to be there, and although she was sick, right? What people don't see in the behind the scenes of that vlog was that like Caleb, just a couple weeks prior, Caleb, well, we don't have any backlog, and
bro got hit by bro started ranting. He has an NDA, right? He has an NDA, so he keeps like ranting and fucking hitting these spots where the NDA is coming up. Now I want to like kind of highlight something too. Here, right? He said Caleb fired me, then sent me the footage. There is no footage of his firing in this entire video. He made an hour and 20-minute fucking video with no proof, but like labeled it as such, dude. This guy was fucking looking for clout from getting fired. Caleb did it.
Need more guests, and we need to have an episode pop off, like performance. People did not see any of that, but instead, like, it was revealed to the audience that, like, well, Noah's pushing really hard for Caleb to film with Gia, even though Gia's sick, and Noah is so stupid, and he really needs to take better care of the talent. And it's like, that drove me crazy, because it's like, cool, now to your audience, I'm an asshole when they don't see. is geared
Bro, just delete that shit, dude. What's the point of keeping it in? This is a fucking rant video that he half-assed edited so he wouldn't get sued.
at, well, we don't have anybody. And it's like what they don't see is
Oh my god, dude.
So I wasn't a super
can't
huge
even,
fan of-
Dude make sure to edit in his fucking coffee takes and this bullshit. What the fuck? This is show dog shit. Could you imagine I made a video like this? I would hope to fucking god you guys would roast the shit out of me, right? I hope you guys would like fucking clown the fuck out of me for making something this dog shit.
of the vlog all the time. But around that time, I started looking at the comments on the vlog, and I would go out, you know, sometimes the vlog would be about me going and looking and recruiting guests for the show. And in the comments, people would talk about the guests for the show.
Oh, dude, it was him saying the N-word 10 times. Ah, that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense, dude. Fucking Nate One Games has got it, dude. It's just him saying the gamer word too much. He's like, Caleb is a dirty... Caleb, that dirty... and then it's just a gray bar. Bro's hiding his lips because he's saying hard R and everything. Dude's going on full racist rant, dude.
And they would refer to them as victims. They'd go, "Oh, Noah can search for victims at this place." That was the comment that really was seared in.
Yeah, no, that's funny. They're fucking retards that went on to a financial show. Of course, they're the victims for Caleb to fucking make fun of on the show. He can make fun of how the OnlyFans model who makes $20 a month but proclaims to be an OnlyFans model is a fucking retard. Of course, they're a victim of Caleb's like fucking jokiness. Have you never worked at a place with a bunch of dudes? Dude, we say fucked up shit all the time. You know how much fucked up shit I say I'll do on a daily basis to like my homies at work? So much shit, dude. If you can't handle that fucking like back and forth jokiness, you're a pussy ass little bitch.
Brain. That's when I began to realize, oh, like even if I'm a nice guy, even if I'm a nice person that does
Dude,
care-
why the fuck did you start doing this show if you're a nice guy? I started working for Jerry Springer because I actually really care about who the father is, and I want them to have rights. What the fuck are you talking about? You go work for that fucking, that judge lady then. You go work for somebody who actually isn't gonna have people throwing out fucking chairs at each other. What the fuck are you talking about?
care about and respect these people. I'm operating in a system where even people who are fans of this recognize that my role right now is to look for victims of this machine. That really fucked with me, in my opinion. There was also this implicit pressure that, like,
in my opinion, I am safe from all legal recourse that could happen.
you have to comply with Caleb's narrative, right? You have to comply with Caleb's narrative, in my opinion. So I couldn't jump into there and be like, hey, like, you know, it felt to me like I could not correct the public narrative about like, hey, like it's not okay to talk about these people like they're victims. If we're using the word
It's not okay, guys. I need you to stop making jokes in the office right now. I will go get my fucking fedora. And I swear, if you are nicer to the people that are on the show, I swear to gosh, and gosh, dude, I will put this all over Reddit and 4chan, and on top of that, I'll even make a YouTube video about it. And you won't ever survive.
victim when it comes to recruiting for the show, that's deeply fucked up, right? Like it felt like I wasn't allowed to say that. In my opinion, my role became to attract people to the show that were going to get the most views. We film an episode of the show. There's this person that comes...
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but every coffee shot, dude, I fucking, like, am giggling so hard inside, dude. The humor just spreads my fucking butthole so it's gaping like a giant vortex and sucking all the semen of the world in, dude. I'm just so excited every time he takes a sip out of his stupid fucking coffee cup.
Into the studio, right? This is a young girl. She's less than 20 years old. I don't remember exactly how old she is, but she's like a real fan of the show.
By the way, he originally had Caleb Hammer originally had the video. It was like, my new employee has bad financial or something. He changed the title. You won't be surprised I fired him. That was his whole response to this fucking thing was, you won't be surprised why I fired this fucking goon douche. Dude, oh my god, it's so funny. He doesn't address it at all whatsoever. He just changes the title to basically go pound sand, you weird little fucking barnacle on the side of my dick.
She's not from a casting website or anything. This is a real fan of this show that like really needs help. Her finances are kind of a mess, but like, you know, she's like kind of a kid, right? She lives with her parents. I remember she had this like cool car and stuff. She was like a character, right? She was fun, but she's a fan of this show, right? We come in, we do her episode. I remember there, you know, she was younger, right? So there wasn't like a big financial story there, but she fit the type of person that we assumed would get the most views, right? But the episode is like not great. I remember that, the episode not being great because there wasn't a whole lot of substance because like she only had like, you know, a year or two of financial history where she was like on her own. She had a bad car loan. She had, you know, she didn't have any money. I don't even think she had a job, right? But she fit the bill. So anyway, we go through this episode. This person's like 18, 19 years old. We get to the end and
She's a young kid, dude. She can't. She's an adult, dude. Why the fuck would she be on the show if she wasn't an adult? She signed the fucking waiver. She was on the show. She made the choice. That is on her.
recorded her episode and everything seemed fine, but after the camera stopped rolling, there was a thumbnail photo shoot session. That was normal. What wasn't normal was what I saw next. She was guided into poses that to me felt suggestive. More skin, more angles. It didn't make sense for a finance show. It didn't make sense for someone that young. And it definitely...
Wait, I'm kind of getting a vibe here. Now we're not gonna jump on anything, but I am seeing vibes. Maybe some dancing she did or something like that. I don't know, dude. Well, let's see.
Definitely didn't make sense for someone who had just come in as a fan. I stood off to the side, chewing my nails, feeling sick to my stomach. She was barely out of high school. And I felt like the priority of the photo shoot had shifted from respecting this young woman to instead grabbing views. That was one of the moments where it kind of hit me. It didn't seem like this show was about helping people. It seemed like it might be about something else entirely. This wasn't exactly a one-off situation either. Another time, a guest came in who was an exotic dancer. She was funny and charismatic, but after the episode...
Oh, no, okay, this is a different guest. I thought maybe she was like an exotic dancer or something, and I have nothing... Dude, he's not giving any examples of who these people are. He's got this shitty fucking, he edited in this shitty fucking, follow the bouncing...
clunky, awkward...
Follow the bouncing dildos as I talk bullshit, right? Which is fantastic editing. Oh, so incredible, dude. I put some blank fucking words on screen to show you how good of an editor I am. And I didn't actually show you the episodes. He could easily show us the thumbnails, show us the episodes, do the minimal amount of work to actually, prove anything he's saying, but he's lazy. He's a fucking loser.
Conversation about thumbnails. I don't remember who said what, but
I thought he's been doing this for 10 years. You'd think that he would be a little better after 10 years on making exposed videos or something.
Whole vibe shifted. It felt like she understood what she was being asked, without anyone needing to say it directly. She pulled out her phone and started showing pornographic videos and explicit photos of herself to a member of the team right there in the studio. She didn't seem uncomfortable with it. In fact, it felt like she thought this was part of the process. Like this was just what you did on a show like this. At that time,
who the fuck goes onto a show where they're going to show their finances and is like, you want to see my fucking Arby's sandwich? It claps like a seal. Nobody fucking does that, dude. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Oh my God.
I didn't really question that. I think I told myself that was fine, but looking back now, it felt like the team was treating explicit OnlyFans content as potential thumbnail material for a financial advice show.
Yeah, no shit, dude, because it's Jerry Springer, not a financial advice show.
And that felt like a deeply strange thing to me. A similar situation with another guest also left a lasting impression on me. Caleb had met her at a party and invited her to be on the show. She was an exotic dancer, and when she arrived to the studio, something felt off almost immediately. I'm no medical professional, so I won't speculate, but she seemed deeply out of it. She had trouble focusing. The shoot had to end early because it became clear that she couldn't make it through the episode. Before filming, she changed into an extremely revealing outfit, one that left very little to the imagination.
Oh my God, dude, she showed boobies? She was an OnlyFans exotic dancer that showed boobies for the show so that she could maybe get some, extra fucking money from, the gooners who watch the show and look her up later? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Dude, she was probably so uncomfortable, but I'm making all this up because I want to inject myself into everything because I'm a loser.
Once the cameras rolled, she spent most of the time quietly playing with Play-Doh on camera, barely engaging with the financial conversation at all. At the time, it barely registered as weird to me. It was just another strange day in an already strange job. But looking back now, it's clear how far from normal things had gotten. There became a very big focus on the thumbnails, right? A lot of people blame me for the thumbnail changes. As a general rule, those thumbnail conversations happened as a huge company-wide thing, right? Anytime I was in those rooms, I would try to give the guests informed consent of hey, we're going to take some creative liberties and stuff. We're going to make fun of you in the thumbnail and title, but we want you to be in on the joke, right? That was my thing. Anytime we were doing thumbnails and titles, I would try to be more funny than I was rude. I recognize now that I was in an environment where that strategy is fundamentally not going to succeed. Then when people started...
Yeah, no, again, dude, I don't know how many times I have to reiterate myself myself, dude, I sound like a fucking broken record that's just covered in massive amounts of like vaginal fluid here, saying the same thing. You didn't sign up for Graham Stephan's show. You didn't sign up for Dave Ramsey. You signed up for Jerry Springer, you fucking cock gobbler. You fucking goon douche. You didn't sign up for what you said you signed up for. There has never been a single step of this entire process that was actually what you thought it was. You didn't watch the fucking content. You did, and you thought, oh, I can fucking... They're hiring? I can suck the fuck off of his dick. And then you got the job, and now you're whining about it. There is nothing here that's an actual exposed. There's nothing so far. We've been listening to him yap for fucking 20 or okay, it's like about 20 minutes, and he said nothing of fucking value. And I got it on 1.25 speed, and this motherfucker still can't keep up with a normal like pace of speech pattern.
To blame me for the more aggressive direction of the thumbnails and titles, and Caleb wasn't correcting them, I realized that I was being scapegoated for the direction of the channel. Caleb is screaming more. These thumbnails and titles are egregious and horrible, right? When did this change happen? Well, the big pivot of the channel was when Noah was hired. So let's blame Noah, through no fault of their own. Like, they didn't know any better, right? And so that deeply didn't sit right with me. In my opinion,
dude,
Caleb...
his stupid fucking coffee cuts are gonna drive me up a wall. It's so gay, dude. They're so fucking cringe, bro. Oh, look, oh, dude, I'm so fucking cute, and a nice little jovial joke, dude.
I began to see my role for the company, not as like a builder, not as like someone who's helping him make millions and millions of dollars. My role in the company was Caleb's garbage man. That's ultimately what I realized.
Dude, what the fuck? What you'd come on to a million plus sub channel at the time. I think it was like at 1 million plus, or maybe it already hit 2. But you came in a 1 million plus sub channel that had grown exponentially in the time that it was on. This channel was fucking blasting off, and you're gonna you have no right to take you don't have the right to take one pube off of the success of Caleb Hammer's nutsack, you fucking idiot. You have nothing. You did nothing. You showed up to be his little fucking peon. That was your job. You're a peon producer. You have no value other than that, you fucking loser. That's it, dude. And you think you were the one helping him make millions of dollars? Your channel, after 10 years, has less than 100,000 views at this time. Now, you're pretty close to that first 100,000, bro. I know you've been grinding really hard, putting in the fucking work. You made sure to edit the fuck out of your videos, so really get them pushed up. No, dude, fuck you. You fucking barely have a functioning channel. You're a failure. You have a failed business, and you're the reason that he's making millions of dollars. Get the fuck out of here. You were an employee.
My responsibility.
That's like saying that I'm the reason that the current company I work with is making money. That's retarded. I'm a cog in a massive machine. I do my job, and if my job is done well, the company makes money. But I am not the reason the company is fucking successful. There is no point that's a reality or that's a truth. That is overblown ego narcissist bullshit.
My opinion was that I was Caleb's social garbage man. So like, here's how a typical week would go, right? We would have 4 guests a week, just about, or we would try to hit that, right? I would be ridden, my ass would be ridden until I alone casted 4 people a week. And if those people were not fitting Caleb's ideal guest archetype, I would be like, reprimanded. And we would film 4 episodes a week. And what I found was that usually about 1 out of the 4 guests that we filmed with every week, they were so fucking pissed off because they came in thinking Dave Ramsey and they left.
Why the fuck would they think Dave Ramsey? Why? What do you got? This is to my audience out there, and I'm hoping my audience isn't full of fucking absolute like gargling retards, right? If you're gonna go on a show, right? You're gonna go on a show. You watch some episodes before, right? You check out what the fucking show is. Now, I have been on other people's shows. I've been on shit. I asked previously questions, mainly questions because of how I am and the type of humor I like to make and the type of shit I like to do. I go out and I actually like say, hey, I'm this way, I'm a bit edgy, you're gonna get some edgy jokes, right? You're gonna get some fucking full unfiltered Jeff, that's who I am. I am not gonna like stop being a comedian just because your show isn't like that. So if you can't handle that, we can pat each other on the dick and move on with our fucking life, right? But this guy just expects that everybody's just like, oh my god, I'm going on Dave Ramsey, I'm never gonna watch an episode of the show, I'm just gonna assume what the fuck it is. Dude, you're retarded. They are retarded if they thought that. Only an absolute fucking like lobotomy patient would believe they were going on Dave Ramsey when going on Caleb Hammer.
Realizing that they just went on like the Jerry Springer show, I eventually implemented policies to try to protect myself, where it's like, hey, let's have the guests use fake names, right? That was my policy that I really, really strongly pushed for, because it's like there's no upside to them using their real names and like actually just like tanking their public reputation. Why are they doing that? Why has this not been implemented like fucking a year ago? In my opinion, the show is disgusting. Like why would we have these people actually share their real information with the world as they're like doing character assassination kamikaze?
They chose this. They chose this. They were offered to be on the show. They were flown out, paid to be flown out. They said they had every opportunity to say no. A lot of them apply for the show, so they know what the fuck the show is, and they go on it. And then when they're made to look like assholes, they might feel bad about it later. That's not your fault. That's not the show's fault. That's the retard that signed up for the show's fault. I'm sorry, bro. Like, do a little research on what you're getting into. It's like going on Piers Morgan and being like, why did Piers Morgan yell at me? I thought this was the Joe Rogan show. No shit, dude. I don't like Piers Morgan, to be honest with you. I think the dude fucking will choose any direction the wind is blowing to decide to make his arguments. That's a whole nother argument, or whole nother discussion over in the fucking left field. But this fucking guy just expects that they should know. Like, what type of retard doesn't know that what they're getting into? Like, they chose to be on it. They applied to be on it. This is on them. Personal accountability is a thing. And if the show's successful, keep doing the show the way you're doing it, because it's fucking working. Plain and simple. You've already said it. You finally said it. It's Jerry Springer. This was never anything more than Jerry Springer. You were dumb as fuck to think it was.
Attempts, right? Like that's fucking crazy. So in an attempt to cover my ass, you know, it's like, hey, let's use fake names. You know, I had Caleb do the onboarding video, right? I wrote the script for the onboarding video, but like in my opinion, it seemed to me like it's like double speak. What I was trying to do was have like a high degree of transparency, and instead, that said, like, you know, that video is.
Well, why just delete this shit? If you're going to get to the main point of what you were saying, and then fucking gray box, put the fucking dick box over your mouth, why the fuck would we want it left in the video? What's the point of this, dude? This is bad, dude. This is dog shit. Dudes, nobody's gonna want to work with him ever again. I wouldn't work with him. If he like needed a fucking job to edit and he said I would edit for 2 cents a week for your channel, after a month this motherfucker would have a video about how my streams are too edgy and how he thought he was working for, I don't know, like he was working for like fucking Asmongold or Hassan Piker or whatever fucking one you want to choose on the side of the enemies now. I thought I was working for Pokimane. Like, what? Dude, watch the content you're getting involved in before you get involved in it, you fucking weirdo.
It is an attempt.
Like, to be honest, when I saw the episode with him in it, I saw this coming. There was no way that this guy was going to handle this well. He was weird in his fucking episode. His video that he made, like, basically crying for a job wasn't really good. So why the fuck would you hire him, Caleb? You should have known this was coming. You should have never hired this fucking weirdo.
But like, I think that the ultimate goal of that
dude was already talking about changing the entire show when he was on his episode.
Video was that it gave more, it allowed, the audience believes that like everything is totally
Dude, Jesus Christ, dude. Why don't you just cut this shit out? What's the point, dude? How many of these do we have to put? Dude, we'll go a little bit longer. I don't think I can handle much more of this. This is so bad, dude. This is so bad. There's not a single smoking gun in this entire fucking thing. We are like 20-something minutes into this, and I skipped the fluff, dude. I skipped where he complains about his fucking lame-ass job and him, like, failing as a YouTuber. I skipped all of that shit because I wanted to save some people's time, but this is dog shit.
Transparent and above board because we made this video. Anyway, once a week, a guest would leave our studio or their thing would be posted and this person would be so fucking pissed off they were ready to either sue or come after us or fucking do some crazy shit, in my opinion. And so what I realized is like, I'm the garbage man, right? Like, people, it was so funny to me. The frame was Caleb and are so introverted that they just can't handle any sort of like communication with the guest because they're very, very introverted. And so,
well,
like,
why the fuck would they have to? They have you. Like, even if they're not introverted, they hired you to do a job. That is your job to set up the guests. That's your job to have the correspondence. They show up and just shit on them. That's their job. Like, you have a position. Stay in your fucking lane, bud. You were hired to be in a lane, and you're trying to swerve into traffic, bro. You're trying to fuck with an already well-oiled machine when you just need to make slight improvements and make your stake. Because if you would have kept making slight improvements, I'm betting money you would have gotten the show. You would have gotten something out of this. But instead, you were just fucking huckle-jucked. Like, if this was a smoking gun, why are we talking about your financials? Why aren't you talking about the fact that he, like, underpaid you? If that's the way you want to get a Caleb, talk about how he didn't pay you enough for Austin and shit. Like, dude, this is gay.
Like, I became the point of contact with all of the guests. I had my cell phone. I was deeply afraid. There was this one specific app that we would use for guest communication. I remember being so fucking afraid of that app on my phone. I would constantly live in fear. You know, I would get text messages on Sunday or like Saturday night at 11 o'clock from people who are so deeply furious, people who have mental health conditions, all sorts of different people. The guests of the show, you know.
Block them. Whoa. Every one of these apps has like a block function. You can easily block them. You could easily do that. You could just be like, did you not watch the show before you came on? Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're upset. If you have any other problems, please don't reach out to me because you're a fucking retard.
Would reach out to me and they'd be like, hey, this fucked up thing happened as a result of me coming on the show. What the fuck? Just like,
that's their fault. That's them fucking around and finding out because they didn't realize what they were signing up for. I would never do Caleb Hammer's show. Just wouldn't. I don't think it's for me. But obviously I'm not like fucking living in a gutter and have $100,000 in credit card debt. So it's obviously not the channel or not a place that I would even have to go on. But these fuckers have put themselves in this position, have signed up for the fucking show, and now you're getting mad at them for doing the show? That's retarded.
constant
Oh, no, they're getting mad at you for them doing the show is what I meant.
PR nightmares, in my opinion. Situations that Caleb himself, in my opinion, that then were put onto me to solve. That alone was so psychologically...
That's your job, bro. You're the producer. You're the one that handles that shit. Producers are the guys. Have you seen there's a TV show about the making of The Godfather, and the amount of fucking trash and garbage that producer had to go through just to keep that show running, or the movie The Godfather on track, was insane, bro. That's what you do. Oh, you gotta go talk to the mob for a little bit? Well, it looks like you gotta talk to the mob. Too fucking bad. That's your job.
Difficult to handle, because the expectation was like, no matter what time of day, if somebody decides to text you with a problem, you jump on it right then, because they could be a potential PR nightmare if they fucking blow up, right? So if they blow up and they blow the fucking roof off of this fucking thing, my job ends, my reputation ends, right? I'm suddenly a part of this fucking machine, right? So if one of these fucking people nukes
bro's crashing out, let's go, dude. Bro's having a crash out moment.
My ass is on the line, right? So it doesn't matter if it's 10 p.m. on a fucking Thursday. I have to defuse the bomb, right? And then I frantically text Caleb every single time one of these fucking bombs comes. And so the whole time, I'm begging. I'm like, Caleb, we have to treat these people with respect. We have to offer some level of baseline respect to these people, right? Because like I can't be in a system where I'm the garbage man. Because once a week, one of these motherfuckers is furious, right? In my opinion, we're building a system that
well, dude, that's like you're supposed to handle that. It's supposed to be handled. They hired a guy to handle it. You were the guy they hired. Like, oh my god, I can't take this. Then don't do the fucking job. Quit. Go somewhere else. Like, what the fuck are you complaining about? That's your job. It's like, oh no, I had to take the trash out today at work. I don't want to be the trash taker out guy. We should get somebody to do that. Well, we got somebody. It's you. You got the job, buddy. Hey, it's like you. Look at that, dude. You fucking hot. You took the job, and now you're doing the job, and you're complaining about doing the job. That's all this is.
In my opinion, by definition, unsustainable. If like one erratic person is added to the pile every single week and I'm supposed to deal with that, right? Eventually, like this is going to pop. Eventually, this bubble is going to pop. So we need to create a system where people don't get fucked by this machine. I would march into that office and I would beg those motherfuckers. I'd say, hey, we need values. What are our values? And the reason why I would beg for that is because I wanted stuff that showed transparency. I couldn't sleep with what we were doing, in my opinion. Right?
Oh my god, in your opinion you couldn't sleep? You needed to add in your opinion to that part? So, it's your opinion that you were fucking waking up in the middle of the night and you couldn't just rub one out and go back to bed. You just were fucking so torn up about these people signing up and making the choices on their own.
Like, we were so fucked. What we were doing was so fucked, in my opinion. It was so fucked to me that I needed something to prove to myself that, like, what we were doing was on some way ethical, right? And so I'm like, hey, can we write some fucking values? Can we paste them to the wall? Can we put them in the fucking, like, waiting room? Like, let's fucking write about our values. And in my opinion, these motherfuckers would make fun of me. They would make fun of me. You know,
yeah,
they'd be like,
because you're being mad gay, bro. Like, not homosexual gay, but like fucking lame gay, bro. You're being a fucking little whiny bitch boy. Nobody wants to work with a fucking whiny bitch boy. Everybody's sitting there like, dude, can you believe that fucking Huckle Juckle Tuesday signed up for the show and is now mad at you because I would have literally walked in. Can you believe this fucker's mad right now? Dude came in with $200,000 worth of credit card debt, signed up for a show, could easily researched it, but the retard is mad now because it makes him look bad. Bro, your own decisions made you look bad. That's the point of the show. It's your own decisions that put you in the place you're at. And you're mad that that's the shit. You're mad that's the shit. That was the fucking show, my dog. That's exactly what it's always been. You fucking little douche fuck. In your weird fucking flower pattern shirt. This is the worst exposed. Well, what is this wood YouTube plaque in the background? Wait, I just noticed that. What is that? What is this wood YouTube plaque? Did this fucking loser, go to a wood shop and say, hey, could you carve my channel logo to make it look like the plaques you get from YouTube when you actually hit a milestone? When you hit a milestone worth fucking hitting that they give you? No, I want, why the fuck would you get this wood plaque? What kind of loser does that? That'd be like me getting the plaque. What should I get a plaque that says 400,000 views? I got 300 more thousand than the guy that works for Caleb Hammer. What type of loser does this? This guy's a fucking, like, he's a failure to launch little fucking douche boy, dude. He's a little fucking nothing.
Like, well, we have 3 values, you know, because at the beginning I got them to write down some values, right? The values were that I would beg him to get fucking...
this for safety. What is Caleb Hammer gonna do? Bust down your fucking walls and like beat the shit out of you old mob style? Dude's gonna he's gonna risk like destroying his livelihood of millions of dollars just to get back at his producer. He roasted you. He won. All he had to do was change your episode channel to "you're a fucking loser that I fired," and he won this whole debate.
Certified. I would beg Robert, Caleb's business partner. I'm like, hey man, fucking convince Caleb to take some sort of financial education certification thing, because like my job was so difficult, because like my job was to find someone who knew less about finance than Caleb Hammer, who was in a bad financial situation. In my opinion, you know, they would come on the show, Caleb would rip into them.
Dude,
right?
It's not hard to know the financial shit that Caleb Hammer knows for this show. He literally just says, why'd you spend $475 at Target when you had no money to buy stuff at Target? Well, I wanted this new snowblower. You live in Texas, but it was a cool snowblower and it snowed one time here. Yeah, why the fuck did you buy it when you have no money? It's so easy. Like, this isn't like, oh, like hardcore finance. I don't know, dude.
And then it would kind of be on me to kind of clean up the blood, right? Make sure everybody was good enough, you know? Oh, that was for fun. You know, and by the way, like, you signed all these documents. That was all a joke, right?
Dude, they signed the documents. They chose this. It's their decision.
My job. If you want my opinion, this is my opinion. My role was there so that Caleb didn't have to feel the consequences of his own actions. Every day scared the shit out.
Dude, he's the fucking he's the star. He's the talent. That's how these shows work. You think that that's not how it works? You have somebody to clean up to do all the other bullshit. They hired you for that job. That sucks, but that's the business, my brother. That's the business for a... You think Jerry Springer talked to everybody after the show? You think Jerry Springer had any contact with any of those nut jobs afterwards? No, they talked to the fucking producers. They didn't talk to Jerry fucking Springer. You fucking retard.
On me. These people would come to us and they would have mental health issues. They'd be like, hey, I'm really depressed. I have like multiple personalities, right? I have bipolar disorder. People would say that shit to me over the phone, right? Here's the other thing is that like I've wanted to be a YouTuber my entire life. I've done production my entire life. I fucking love people. I love people, right? And I took my job extraordinarily seriously.
Yeah, dude, so seriously, 90,000 views, seriously, bro. 10 years with 90,000 views. I wanted to be a YouTuber my whole time. Give it up, dude. Go get a real job. Put the fries in the fucking bag, my dude, because if I can do almost 500,000 views if by just being an asshole on the internet in a year and a half or whatever, 2 years, you are fucking you're a failure to launch, my brother. You cooked. YouTube's been a platform for 20 fucking years, and 10 of it you've been on the platform and you couldn't carve out success. What the fuck are you doing? That's the question you need to be asked. Where did you fucking go wrong when your biggest video is to call out your old boss for the job that he hired you to do?
Right? Extraordinarily seriously. I would talk to these people for hours and hours and hours before they ever showed up to the studio. I would know every single thing about them because ultimately I genuinely wanted to help them change their behavior so that they could lead to better outcomes, right? I wanted to make the best show we possibly could, but I also wanted to help these people because I cared about them. And so they would disclose to me that they have all of these mental health
These
issues.
are like the type of people that get mad because like they're like, oh my god, dude, I can't believe you'd say the R slur. I can't believe you would make the title clickbaity. I can't believe that you would do this. Motherfucker, that's how you grow, dude. You look at any big channel, there's going to be an extension of clickbait. There's going to be some sort of rage bait on it. Even if it's not like overt and wild, it's going to exist because this is a platform where you have to find something to get people to click. And you are fighting with millions and millions of channels. You think that YouTube's just like some fucking easy shit? No, it's like, okay, YouTube's easy once you're doing it, but what I'm saying is easy to find success. It's not. I mean, you look at the percentage of YouTubers that actually get monetized, just monetized. It's 6% of YouTubers. 6% hit the monetization point. And if you're going to hit that, you need to understand what works on the platform, what gets views, and how to keep going. And you fucking do that. You don't listen to the whiny fucks that show up in your comments to tell you you're doing it wrong, because motherfucker, if you're getting the views, you're doing it right. And that's something Caleb Hammer understands, and you fucking don't. That's something I understand, and you fucking don't. This is a business. Oh yeah, but the passion, yeah, the passion can definitely be there, but you have to, there's there's either being the struggling artist not finding any success, or there's being the artist who also wants to find success. I love my videos I make on video games. I love that I craft my jokes. I love that I sit down and I edit them, and I like cut down the clips that I want to have in the video, and I get good b-roll, and I put in bits where I'm talking to a holographic harlot Cortana, and I have all this stuff. Yes, that's fun. Sometimes I go artistically crazy with the videos, but I also know that I can't live or die by one video a week. I'm just not going to do that. I wasn't going to grind for the next 10 years to be in this douche fuck's position. I said, fuck it, dude, nose to the grindstone. I'm streaming multiple times a week. I'm cutting those streams up. I'm posting those with really clickable thumbnails that will have a high CRT. When I make a review, I'm utilizing popular games that I don't like in the title to say like I made a Deadpool video that I was like, Spider-Man 2 sucks, play this instead. It's like, I know people that are fans of Spider-Man 2 are going to get a little mad about it. It's going to be a little rage baity, but it's also, I make the point in the video that I say I don't like that game, and I don't like how it doesn't do good to the character, and this is why Deadpool is a better game. This is the type of shit that I do. It's like what I do to make myself stand out in a giant sea of gooners out there. You've done fuck all. You did one thing that got you a job, and then you lost the fucking job because they asked you to do the job, and now you're doing fucking nothing.
Issues. And so I became paranoid about that too. And every single intake I did, I said, hey, let us know if you have any mental health issues. And suddenly, like, if you had any mental health issues, you were suddenly not welcome on the show because, like, I didn't want to be responsible for somebody taking their own life and then blaming me for that.
Why would you be responsible? Like, no. What the fuck? They made the show, like, if they want to be on the show so bad, but they also have mental issues, you have the power, like you did, to say, I'm sorry, I don't think this show's a good fit for you. Boom, easily done. If they do come on the show, and they realize their fucking stupid mistakes that landed them on their show, make them fucking feel bad about themselves, that's their own fucking fault. This show isn't about like fucking like solid financial advice. This show's about looking at the person and saying, why the fuck did you fuck up this bad to end up on this show? It's Jerry fucking Springer, you fucking weirdo.
Right? I didn't want to be complicit in that. Eventually, Caleb put me in charge of the post show.
Did he just
right?
make a cut where he's crying into the mic? What a fucking little dude's like so sad. He went into that's why he has the wood YouTube thing in the background. He got so sad from his experience working with Caleb that he needed to go get himself a fucking wooden YouTube plaque to make him feel like he was a success after 10 years.
So I would co-host the post show with him, and during the post show, it always drove me crazy because I would give Caleb these outlines where it's like, hey, like I talked to this person for a very long time, right? I took transcripts of our conversations and I would like analyze them to pull out details as well as the notes that I took during the conversations, and I would like create psychological profiles of them. I would create like intricate bulleted lists about like, hey, these are the things that we should cover during the conversation. Here are things that you can like hold their feet to the fire for, but here are some angles that you can take during this conversation that can actually help them take a step back, understand their behavior, and try to actually change their lives. Caleb would sometimes not even read my outlines, right? Caleb would glimpse them. An example of this is the Mia episode, right? If you go back and you watch the Mia episode and the Mia post show, it's this woman, she's wearing a black blouse. The entire time this woman, look, Mia.
I'm so emotional right now. I needed to take a pause. I needed to cut in myself fucking like dude cut in himself post nut just to like have effect.
I hope you're not mad at me, but the entire time during the entire conversation with Caleb, she fails to take accountability for anything, and she constantly is blaming all the other people in her life. And my point during the conversation in the post show was supposed to be, hey, you notice this pattern of behavior where like you're blaming everybody else in your life? If you just took accountability for these things and you shifted your locus of control from external to internal, if you take accountability for all of these things, you can change your behavior. During that post show, as I'm trying to explain that concept to this woman, after a show where Caleb has completely ignored all of my notes, in my opinion, about how this woman owns thousands and thousands of dollars in Funko Pops and a wardrobe that is like huge, right? Where like if she sold this shit, she could pay off a lot of her debt. During that post show, Caleb does a bit where he, instead of talking about how like she could change her mindset, he's doing a bit where he's eating crayons, right? Now, in my opinion, one, he didn't want me to upstage him because he knew how much I cared about that fucking person compared to him. Like, I really think he knew that like I knew so much about her that like, or maybe not, he probably did. I don't know. He's also like, he's genuinely such an interesting person because like you don't know how much of what he's doing is like a chess move and how much of what he's doing is him being. During that post show,
Jesus Christ, dude, another block out, dude. This is trash, dude. I can't. Oh my god, dude. Does anything happen where he cries or something? I hope maybe he'll cry, dude. Maybe he'll cry and we'll get something good. Hold on.
she's supposed to just be the raw footage, in my opinion. But they had removing sections of this conversation, you know, without any notice, right? In my opinion, like they removed all the parts where I was like, "Hey, going on this."
Yeah, I did listen to some more of this, and he like he like cries about his father. He pulls the eye dubs like, "Dad, my dad doesn't love me. My dad doesn't love me enough, and I'm a fucking loser." I can't do this anymore, dude. I'm sorry. I had a buddy that was like, "Oh, you should do that video because it's like because Caleb Hammer's cool or whatever, and like his video's dog shit." So I listened to like the first 20 minutes, and then I like skipped around, and that's, oh my god, this sucked. This fucking sucked. This guy sucks. He has nothing. He's going to fail in obscurity. I mean, he hasn't even like grown because of this fucking.
I recently got a job at a place called AppVault. There's a guy.
Dude, of course you got a job, and you probably fucking failed it too. Like, oh my god, dude, the job wasn't what I thought. Like, 3
Caleb
minutes.
Hammer, you recently posted a YouTube community update.
You notice how no ads pop up before this, dude? Not a single ad pops up before this. Bro isn't even monetizing his channel. Dude's doing everything wrong.
Looking for a junior producer. I eagerly applied to the job. I left a comment. You hearted my comment. So then I eagerly awaited your reply. And then I heard nothing for days. Which, by the way, I completely understand. You're a busy guy. You're out here. You're releasing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hitting that upload schedule. You're making that.
Oh my god, dude. This is just part of his fucking video that he made. Like, Jesus.
Well, I did guest intake with Google Forms, and I created an entire workflow for people to apply and then be on the show. I would select the best guests for the shows that we were making so that we could have the most content. You good? Although none of my projects have had super mainstream success, I've been making videos for the better part of 10 years. I've done a lot of different stuff with a really strong focus on storytelling as well as interviewing and journalism. I can help you diversify and create more content for your audience. In your recent conversation with Graham Stephan, he mentions that right now you should be looking for ways to diversify your content and keep things fresh, while also continuing to produce your show that's been a smash hit.
Here's the way I see it. You have something very good going on. Here's my fear with your channel. There's gonna be a point.
This was his video that I got. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? So I got the job. It wasn't what I. He changed the title. Said I got the job. It wasn't what I thought. Like, this is lame, dude. This is lame, dude. This is so fucking. He made this video that was like, give me the fucking job. It was fair. It was decently edited, and then he did this long rant shit that was dog shit. This dude should quit. Just give up. Fucking give up, dude. Why is it trending? Why is it trending? Nobody gives a shit why it's trending, and nobody obviously know. Why is it trending, dude?
On February 10th, 2016, Andrew
This was his channel, dude. Why is it trending? And he gave up on that too. He got, let's see if this channel did better. 41,000 views, bro. And hold on. Let's see how long he did Why Is It Trending. 6 years ago, so he did it for like a fucking year, less than a year. He did 7 videos and didn't even keep it going. This motherfucker, this lazy fuck, kept starting YouTube ideas, kept starting podcasts, kept starting everything to try to get some success, but never stuck behind any of it. And this is the perfect fucking example of somebody who can't succeed in life.
I recently got
It's somebody who can't stick with it. It's somebody who can't do the grind, who can't accept the hard parts of a job. This is the fucking shit that will land you right where this fucker is where you're like, ooh, I have this idea for a podcast. Ooh, I have this idea for this. Ooh, look at my Pokemon podcast, dude. It's such a failure. Well, I'm gonna try something else. It's like, why did that fail? What about it was bad? Okay, well, we're gonna keep doing Pokemon because it worked so well for me before. It's not working. Okay, well, I'm gonna try something else. Oh, I tried Snoop Dogg's wine. Oh, look at that. Oh, I tried this stuff. It's working. I do 2 videos, 1 dips in views. I never do it again. Oh, wait, no, he did do some shit. But it's like it's just like he skips time. He says I want to be YouTube forever, but then doesn't fucking like keep working on the fucking on the channel. Like YouTube's not like, it's not easy to just create success. You don't just make one video, pop off, and you're instantly successful. It happens so rarely that it's basically like the chances of that shit happening to you are like walking under a bridge and cum landing in your mouth. It's so fucking impossible for that shit. Yeah, dude, I'm tired of Snoop Dogg too. The man is so overmarketed. You are 100% right in chat. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I can't stand that. That was dog shit. Dude should delete his channel. And that's all I got for you guys on that one. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.